The NFL is one of the most exciting leagues ever. Each game is a story in itself, capable of lighting up in an instant and giving us unforgettable moments. Welcome back to Go to Football, the channel made by fans for fans. Today, we are going to talk to you about some of the most exciting games ever, which have marked indelible pages of this fantastic sport. Here are some of the most incredible game winners ever. It's December 23rd, 1972, and we're at Three Rivers Stadium, home of the Pittsburgh Steelers, facing off against the Oakland Raiders. The game is intense. With just over a minute to go, the Raiders are leading 7-6 thanks to a touchdown by Stabler. What's about to happen will ignite the spirits of the two fan bases and provide one of the most unforgettable moments in football history. Chuck Noll, head coach of the Steelers, calls a play that includes a 66 circle option, with Barry Pearson as the intended recipient of the pass. Terry Bradshaw, the Steelers quarterback under heavy pressure, throws the ball towards John "Frenchy" Fuqua at the Raiders' 35-yard line. Fuqua's reception is prevented by a collision with Raiders safety Jack Tatum. Tatum's hit sends Fuqua to the ground, causing the ball to bounce backward. Just before the ball hits the ground, Franco Harris picks it up and, after evading Jimmy Warren's defense, sprints in to score one of the most incredible touchdowns ever. The immaculate reception play will go down in history as the focal point of heated debate between the Steelers and Raiders. At the time, there were no cameras being used, and the debate raged over the legitimacy of the play. It was unclear whether the first touch made on the clash between Frenchy Fuqua and Jack Tatum was by the Raiders' safety or the Steelers' halfback. The victory ushered in a new era for the Steelers, who would go on to win a historic playoff round, paving the way for them to win the Super Bowl in subsequent years. To this day, this play remains at the heart of the intense rivalry between the Steelers and the Raiders, the Music City Miracle. It's January 8th, 2000, and the wild card round of the AFC playoffs is taking place at Adelphia Coliseum in Nashville, Tennessee, with the Tennessee Titans facing off against the Buffalo Bills. The game is coming down to the wire, with only 16 seconds left on the clock and the Bills leading 16-15 after a 31-yard field goal by Steve Christie. With the fans and team jubilant, Titans head coach Jeff Fisher and his team have other plans. Fisher created a scheme that he believed would lead the Titans to victory through field goal attempts. But things didn't go according to plan. Christie kicked off, and the ball was received by Lorenzo Neal of the Titans, who handed it off to Titans tight end Frank Wycheck. Wycheck made a controversial crossfield pass to Kevin Dyson, who ran 75 yards down the sideline to score one of the most important touchdowns in Titans history. The pass sparked suspicions, but the touchdown was ultimately validated by referee Phil Luckett. The Music City Miracle was one of the most famous plays in American football history and allowed the Tennessee Titans to continue their path to winning the Super Bowl that year. Walk into a Boston bar and ask any Patriots fan about the Tuck Rule game or the Snow Bowl, and you'll see a big smile appear on their face. It was January 19th, 2002, and at the Foxborough Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, the former home stadium of the Patriots, one of the most incredible games ever played took place in a striking white blanket under a heavy snowfall. On the field were the New England Patriots and the Oakland Raiders. The game began favorably for the Raiders, who led 13-3 with only 8 minutes remaining. After Brady scored a touchdown to reduce the deficit, a timeout was called during which Brady argued with his offensive coordinator about the next play. Eric Allen, Raiders cornerback, overheard the conversation and reported it back to the bench, ready to thwart the Patriots' scheme. The plan almost worked. The Patriots were too far away to attempt a field goal, so Brady dropped back to pass, using the scheme discussed with the coordinator. As he was about to throw the ball, Brady was hit by Raiders cornerback Charles Woodson. Here, the controversy arose. At first, it seemed like the Patriots quarterback had let the ball slip through his fingers, but upon closer inspection of the instant replay, it was deemed an incomplete pass and not a fumble, thanks to the Tuck Rule introduced a few years earlier. The Patriots had another chance. This episode sparked the comeback of the hosts who, thanks to kicker Adam Vinatieri, tied the score, taking the game into overtime. Vinatieri himself scored another field goal, giving the Patriots victory in overtime. It was one of the most incredible finishes ever and helped the Patriots win the Super Bowl that year. The 51st Super Bowl was one of the most incredible and adrenaline-fueled games in NFL history. marking a momentous page in the league's record books. On February 5, 2017, at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, the Atlanta Falcons faced off against the New England Patriots in a battle for the NFL championship. The game started off promisingly for the Falcons, who managed to build a commanding 28-3 lead in the third quarter. However, what was about to transpire would go down in NFL history. The Patriots, led by champions like Brady and Gostkowski, refused to give up and gradually closed the gap, inching closer with each play until they tied the score at 28 at the end of the fourth quarter, thanks in part to a record-breaking comeback. The game then went into overtime, where the Patriots completed their comeback and clinched the victory with a final score of 34-28. With this win, the Patriots claimed their fifth Super Bowl championship, tying them for the second most winningest team in NFL history, along with the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, and setting a historic precedent by overcoming the largest point deficit in Super Bowl history. It was a truly memorable game that will forever be remembered in the annals of the sport. Here we come to the last game winner in our rankings, the Minneapolis Miracle, one of the most exciting finals ever, surpassing even the best Hollywood screenwriters' imaginations. The NFC final between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints took place at US Bank Stadium with 66,606 spectators in attendance, all set to witness one of the most incredible plays ever. After dominating the first half with a 17-0 lead, the Vikings' momentum shifted in the following quarters, allowing the Saints to gradually close the gap and reopen the game with each point earned. With 3 minutes remaining, a series of plays constantly reversed and countered the outcome, with both teams battling fiercely until the pivotal moment arrived. With merely 25 seconds left on the clock and the Saints leading by 1 point after a 43-yard field goal by place kicker Will Lutz, the unbelievable happened. Vikings quarterback Keenum threw the ball towards Stefon Diggs down the sideline, who, with an astonishing athletic gesture, made a turn as he landed, freeing himself from his marker and sprinting toward the end zone. The final score would read Vikings 29, Saints 24. Coach Zimmer's team gave us one of the most exciting climaxes in football history books, which left a long-lasting impression. And these game endings were some of the most thrilling ever. What other endings would you include in this ranking? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video and don't want to miss out on more content like this, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, Go to Football. We are a channel made by fans for fans.